Perfect. So thank you, Paul, for the transition. What we're going to tackle first here, as I'll explain, is the automated search cleanup. The way the tool works is you're going to be setting up rules, and we have some pre-built ones as well, that are going to allow you to be granular when it comes to the searches that you want to get rid of within your system. As you can see here on this page, this is a very simple form that you're going to be using to start seeing the searches that you want to get rid of in the system. As you can see here, you'll be able to name your rule, but also describe it. So if you have several admin within your system or rule owners, they'll be able to see exactly what this one will be covering. What Strongpoint is going to be very good helping you with your cleanup project here is include the owners and the users and the supervisor of inactive search, the supervisors for inactive owners and the searches that have left the company. Receive those notifications to make sure that they have the opportunity to say, I want to retain a search before it actually gets deleted from my system. Why we want to delete searches from your system is to make sure that your system works efficiently, making sure that you don't have anything clucking your system as well. And when it comes to inactive owners, you don't want to have any of remaining searches that are just staying in your system unused. So here, Strongpoint is going to automatically take care of this once you have actually finished your rule and send those notifications to those different people. On the right here as well, in the same effort, Strongpoint took the liberty to make sure that we will not be including searches that would be coming from managed bundles, script deployment dependencies, or workflow dependencies. So that way, during the cleanup, there's not going to be breaking of any automation you might have going on within your system. The first thing that I want to show you here related to the form for the cleanup would be the basic filters. So most of the time, people might have some naming conventions when it comes to their searches in the system, and Strongpoint is going to give you the opportunity to actually find them using the search by name here. So you can use the wildcard and find all the searches using their naming convention. The next one will be the script ID. And here at the bottom, you're going to have the opportunity to actually select the searches based on the date last used. So here, I want to find the searches that have not been used in the past 18 months. On the right here, default Strongpoint is going to exclude the private searches and the scheduled searches. The goal here is to make sure that, for example, when you start your first rule or get familiar with the tool, that you actually don't add your private searches right away. But as you get more and more comfortable, you'll be able to include the cleanup of private searches of your users. And the more private searches that you get rid of, the better your system is going to be. We also have a second layer of filters here at the bottom that we call advanced filters. You'll be able to drill down, for example, by selecting owners, and you can do the opposite by selecting everyone and just exclude some of them. But you can also do it by departments, and most importantly, you can have one for inactive owners right here. So here in this example, I've selected all the active owners because I want to see all the searches that are still in my system for people that left the company. So this one, for example, would be a great overarching rule to automate, to make sure that your system every 7 days, you make sure that, for example, searches that haven't been used in 18 months from inactive owners are being deleted from your system. When I say delete from your system, which means that it would be gone from your NetSuite environment, but Strongpoint being a monitoring system, we're going to archive all these searches and you still have the opportunity to restore them as an admin if need be, if someone comes to you and say, I would like to get that search back. So now that we have actually identified the criteria for the searches within this form, you will see at the top right corner that you still have a filter summary that would be updated as you go based on the different filters that you'll be selecting. So once you have actually established all your criteria for your cleanup in your rule, you'll be able to do a preview as an admin for you to be able to do a first quick sweep of the searches that will be included within the cleanup that you're about to go through. So after clicking on preview, this is a screen that you're going to see. So at the top here, we will give you a little summary of how many searches are included in this one. So basically the result that we have found that would be cleaned up, the owners, the users, or the supervisors, and a summary again of the filters that you have used, and then the options here that you have selected when it comes to automating the notification to the owner and the users to let them know that searches are about to be deleted and archived on the Strongpoint side. At the bottom here, you would see the list of the searches that would be included into the round of cleanup here, and we would provide you, for the admin, the information for you to be able to do a first quick scan, and if you want to retain some of the searches to exclude them from the cleanup, to do so. For you to be able to do that, you're just going to have to click on the retain search, and they would not be included in the cleanup. So here from the get-go for the admin, Strongpoint is going to provide the ability, for example, if you have some of your CEO search or president search, to remove them if you don't want them to receive notification, and be able to remove them before the process starts. On the right here, you'll be able to see that we have different columns to give you information about the searches that are about to be archived. You'll be able to have access to the date at which the searches have been created and the date last used. So for example, here you can see that we have some of them that have been last used in 2014. These are definitely searches that you want to get rid of from your system to make sure that it doesn't clog and impact your performance. You'll be able to see you'll be able as well to see the employee using the search, and you would see the name right here. Once as an admin, you have actually gone through the different searches, did your quick scan, and if you wanted to retain some of the searches, then you'll be ready to start the cleanup. So the cleanup tool is going to have two different options. You'll be able to automate it, and the system would be happening over 7 days. People will be receiving 2 different email notifications. The first one, letting them know the list of the searches about to be cleaned up, with an option next to each of them telling them, do you want to retain them? And if they disregard or don't retain anything, then they will receive a second notification, still with the list of the searches after the ones that have been retained, that they still have an opportunity to take a look at and see if you don't retain more of them. And on the second email, you would also have the date at which the searches are about to be archived. What is great about that is Strongpoint is going to empower the admin to delete searches and archiving on the Strongpoint side, making sure that everyone has received a notification letting them know the searches are going to be gone. So that way you're going to have a very little amount of people that will be coming to you saying maybe if there's a search they would like to get back, that for you to be able to restore. All right. This one, just to summarize basically what the automated search cleanup tool does, and Paul showed it as well already in the PowerPoint, is the first thing is you're going to have the ability to use a very simple form to identify the searches that you want to cover during your cleanup. Then as an admin, you're going to be able to see a preview of those searches and do a quick scan, just like you have here, to make sure what searches will be included into the cleanup. And then the other point as well would be the automated email notification that will make sure that people will be notified that some of their searches are about to be deleted and archived on the Strongpoint side. So you would have full control over the automated search cleanup process. And then outside of that, Strongpoint as well is going to give you the opportunity to see a few reports where you'll be able to see the status at which your role is going when it comes to sending the email notification, if it's the first round or the second one of notification, but also if they're about to be archived. And if any searches have been retained, you would also have access to a report that will show you the list of all these searches. And for you to be able to restore some of the searches as an admin, you would also have a different report that will show you the list of all the searches that have been archived. And next to each of them, you would have a restore button that will allow you to restore that search. So nothing is going to be lost.